Okay, up to this point, you've done everything right and you've gotten back to work. All right. In that first step, you reported. In the second step, you filed for your claim. On the third step, you covered your butt by getting a CA-16. The fourth step, you took the time you need to take to get the right doctor so you weren't screwed. And at step 5, you started getting your compensation benefits. You got those, everything taken care of. You're feeling good. You're back to work. And you've reached that point where me or someone else is looking at you and going, you're where you're going to get. You may not be 100%, but you're functional, you're working again, you feel like you've got meaning back to your life, because everyone jokes about, yeah, it'd be nice to get paid and not go to work. It is for a period of time, and then that gets old real quick. And then it starts getting in your brain, like your worth and being bored and not making a difference. And I mean, it just goes on and on. All right. Well, you've done all that and you're back to work and you're feeling as good as you're going to get. So what we do is we put you at what is called MMI, maximum medical improvement. Okay. So maximum medical improvement doesn't mean that you're 100%. You may never be 100%. That's the reality of a lot of injuries. Okay. You may not be 100%, but you're as good as you're going to get. So maybe you have limitations. Maybe you're at 100% functional, but you're not 100% like you were before the injury, okay? But you can still do everything you need to do, or at least you can do what you need to do with some restrictions and some limitations, but those restrictions and limitations should still matter, shouldn't they? Well, yeah, they do. So once you're at maximum medical improvement, you would see someone like me again, and we do an impairment rating for you, okay? An impairment rating is going to be this whole process, starting with an exam and a write-up and using specific literature and being knowledgeable how to use that literature. Just because you have it doesn't mean you know what you're doing. Trust me, I correct other doctors all the time on their sometimes poor impairment ratings, and that's why every time I'm challenged, I pretty much win. And I like that. I like to win. And I want you to win. So you don't want to leave money on the table. Look, it wasn't your fault that you got injured. It's not your fault that you did everything that you could to get back to work, but you still can't do some things that you used to do in life because of your injury. You were just performing your duties and happened to get injured. And yeah, life happens, but you're also in a system working for the Department of Labor, whether it's TSA or the Postal Service or Customs and Border Patrol, Bureau of Prisons, Coast Guard, VA. You're working for a system that takes care of you, okay? Again, you just need to be with the right people that know how to use the system to your advantage, all right? Because it's there for that specific purpose. And so you do an impairment rating, and you can use that impairment rating to then get a scheduled award based on what percentage of loss that you have permanently. Now, hopefully, by the time you're done and you're back to work and everything, you don't have any limitations. You're back to where you need to be. But for a lot of people, they're not. I've seen people have hundreds of pounds of gate, swing down and throw them into a metal concrete bay where trucks back into to unload and load. They're not going to be 100% after that, okay? I've seen people step in holes that were 3 feet deep, rip their ankle, their knee, and their hip. They're not going to be 100%, even if they get back to being able to do life again, right? So that scheduled award can be extremely meaningful for you, but you need to have someone that knows what they're doing so that it doesn't just get shut down by someone else that may or may not know what they're doing, and then you don't have an argument. Have someone that knows what they're doing, so if it does get challenged, you have someone that can make a stand and be like, no, this is what it is, and this is where you messed up and how it should lie, and then all of a sudden it gets approved. Not on the lower fee, but on the higher one, because you went to someone who knew what they're doing, right? So impairment rating, final step, and then you're off to the races. Enjoy the rest of your life.